They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlyn Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlyn Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is, grow up.
Just when it seemed like the WNBA was finally gaining momentum, ready to ride the Caitlyn Clark hype train toward bigger audiences and serious revenue, they stumbled. And by that, I mean Caitlyn Clark, the league's star attraction, just got sidelined with an injury.
The Indiana Fever announced that star Caitlyn Clark will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Clark reported some pain in her leg Saturday after the team's loss to the New York Liberty. She subsequently underwent an MRI and was diagnosed with the strain on Monday.
Basketball fans are freaking out. Talk shows are going off the rails, and Stephen A., legendary as ever, is practically exploding with frustration at the WNBA's leadership, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, and especially Angel Reese, who still believes the spotlight should be on her. If you side with Stephen A., drop a comment saying baby goat over baby giraffe. Let's go.
Clark was the WNBA's Rookie of the Year last season and a first-team All-WNBA selection. So far, she's averaging 19 points and a league-leading 9.3 assists through 4 games this season. I could give a damn about that last part. I don't care about her leading the league in assists. I don't care about the points that she's averaging because I already know that the young lady can ball. She is special. What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today that I want to show you right now. Put this tweet up, please, so our audience can see it here. At 4th Gen Bucci, B-U-C-C-I, right? Stephen A. Smith, can the WNBA keep itself afloat while CC, as in Caitlyn Clark, is out?
Caitlyn Clark is out. The same Caitlyn Clark who transformed women's basketball from a niche sport watched only by a few into primetime entertainment is now out for at least 2 weeks with a quad injury. 2 long weeks without Clark, where the league will pretend everything's fine, while ratings crash harder than Angel Reese's layup attempts. Imagine the league's brightest star sitting on the sidelines as TV numbers plummet.
Unfortunately, though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson: be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post: Caitlyn Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword: shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons that you may think.
The first to really lose it over this? Stephen A. Smith, ESPN's hype king. He didn't just voice concern, he went full DEFCON 1. While others shrugged politely, Stephen A. came in like a firestorm, calling out all the poor decisions that led to this moment. Let's be real, someone had to say it. Everyone else is tiptoeing around the truth, acting like Caitlyn isn't the reason their paycheck's clear.
Fanatics also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA specific merchandise. It started with Caitlyn Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
Stephen A. didn't just speak up. He took charge like a man who's been waiting for months to call out the league's failings while executives pretended Caitlyn wasn't holding everything together. He laid down the facts with flair. It was like watching fireworks in a math class. You think the league can survive without Caitlyn Clark? He said. All right, check the numbers and try not to cry.
Thanks to Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlyn Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year. According to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319% from the year earlier.
Breaking down those numbers, Caitlyn Clark's games pull in an average of 1.178 million viewers. Without her, only 394,000. That's not a dip. It's a free fall, a threefold drop in viewership. Meanwhile, players like Angel Reese wonder why Clark grabs more camera time. Maybe it's because Caitlyn plays the game instead of treating the ball like a bowling pin, actually making fans want to watch.
We'll find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings. Because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is validated.
Stephen A's anger didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of months of watching the WNBA miss golden opportunities. He's noticed Cheryl Swoops throwing shade like a beach umbrella, acting like Clark isn't the league's biggest spotlight. And of course, Angel Reese keeps turning every moment into her audition for the title of America's most jealous teammate.
You asked me about Caitlyn. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlyn should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Then there's Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, whose whole approach to Caitlyn Clark seems to be, thanks for the ratings, I guess, like finding a genie and wishing for a slightly bigger bottle. Now, with Clark out, Stephen A is basically yelling, "I told you so," from the rooftops. And honestly, he deserves it.
I notice when you're asking about Caitlyn a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
He even dropped some classic wisdom. If Caitlyn is the magnetic force bringing viewers to the WNBA and her absence proves it, then everyone needs to stop resisting and ride the wave. Translation, stop fighting it. Caitlyn is the star. Either get on board or get left behind in half-empty arenas, with fans wondering what happened to the excitement.
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlyn Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season, because this is Caitlyn Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records this year, that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games, including the Indiana Fever?
Let's rewind to the beginning. Caitlyn Clark's first game this season against the Sky pulled in a record-breaking 2.7 million viewers, the highest-rated WNBA game ever on ESPN. A debut so massive even the NBA took notice. This wasn't luck. This was the arrival of a generational talent, bringing viewers and jersey sales that outpaced half the league. So, what did the WNBA do? Did they celebrate her? Launch a marketing blitz? No, they put out press releases so generic they might as well have been written by Angel Reese herself. It seemed like the league was afraid to admit that one player was doing more for the brand than an entire decade.
Rising tide lifts all boats. And if this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that, then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2 weeks.
Stephen A watched it all unfold. Caitlyn's star rising, the league quietly downplaying her, veterans eyeing her like she stole the last slice of pizza. Now, the WNBA is scrambling to fill the huge gap left by the only player who can bring in an extra million viewers just by showing up. Caitlyn Clark wasn't just another top pick, she was the league's golden ticket. Instead of embracing that, they tried to minimize it. Now that ticket is temporarily off the market, and they're finally realizing what she was worth. Meanwhile, Stephen A. sits back saying, "I told you, you can't build a kingdom and be surprised when the queen moves."